I'm here outside Wembley ahead of England's game against Croatia on Sunday, looking ahead to England's chances and how far they can go in this tournament. I think England go into Euro 2020 as certainly one of the favourites. In saying that, it's actually probably a harder competition to win than the World Cup. They reached the last four of the last World Cup, and they'll be hoping to go at least that far again. But they are up against some very, very strong teams, not least obviously the world champions France and the world #1 Belgium. But I think England really do have an opportunity here. They've got a very young, exciting team, and it's just really getting that blend right for Gareth Southgate, the manager. And obviously he's got a lot of headaches in defence in particular, where England probably lack a bit more experience than other nations. And obviously tournaments are often won by strong defences, as we found out with France in the World Cup, and Portugal, who obviously are the European champions in 2016. But I think a lot of other nations are worried about England, and that in itself is a good sign. So I think they've got a real opportunity if they attack this tournament the right way. I think the strength for England is quite clear on the field. If you look at their attack, Harry Kane, world-class centre-forward, one of the best 2 or 3 strikers in world football. Any team in the world would take him, and they really have to get the best out of Harry Kane. And I think it's getting that combination of attacking players and midfield players. The weaknesses are very plain as well. Harry Maguire, who is their best defender, their main central defender, he'll probably miss the opening game. He's been out injured. That's caused a real headache for Gareth Southgate, who's considering whether to play 3 at the back, 4 at the back, what the combinations are going to be. He may even end up going for a very young, inexperienced player in Ben White, who's only just come into the squad to partner John Stones. So I think that's the real vulnerability for England. I think England aren't afraid to say that success means winning it. You know, I think they are brave enough to say that they have to try and win this tournament. In saying that, I think we would probably regard success to be possibly another semi-final appearance, a last 4 appearance. Would be definitely a decent showing in a tournament such as this, where there's so many strong teams that are up against them. But they've got quite a tough draw going forward, getting through the group. If they win the group, which we hope and expect, although I think it's a trickier group than most people think, with Croatia, Scotland and the Czech Republic, we could have a very difficult last 16 tie with the runners-up from a group that contains Germany, Portugal and France. And I think that's a real difficult task to get through that. I think going forward, it will be a quarter-final, and then obviously the semi-finals back at Wembley. So I think if England get as far in the tournament as that, then there'll be real expectation that they can actually go all the way. And that's when hopefully the home advantage will really kick in. If with this young team in particular, they get that momentum behind them, there's no reason why they can't go all the way. So I think they're quietly confident they could do extremely well in this competition. I say last 4, probably the minimum requirement in their eyes.